Alright, I sped this clip up a lot, but in this clip you'll see me using a brazen torch head. It's a lot smaller, easier to get back in that confined space, but it doesn't really work out well because I have to cut the heads off of these bolts. Ultimately, I started using a cutting torch, so you'll just see me wasting my time using pliers in this clip. But I left it in there because part of the process, you gotta fail till you figure it out. This is what I took off there. You can tell she was still, like I said, rusted in the corner. It's cracked in the corner. I actually got these pieces, but yep, leaking like crazy. I knew this corner was leaking. This one's kind of surprising, but you can tell how small this thing is. Alright, at this point I got the manifold off. You'll see me heating up the cylinder head to get the studs out. You can't see it, but in the bottom right hand corner I'm holding a mirror so I can actually see back there because I can't physically fit my head back there. So I'm just heating the cylinder head up, trying to twist the studs loose until they break free. You really want to take your time at this point because the threads are messed up with dirt, debris, and rust. And if you try to force one of these, you'll break them off and you'll have a long day, which you don't want. So just taking my time at this point. All right, this is a picture of what I pulled out of there. You can see it wasn't much left of these studs. One thing I just wanted to add, the inner two cylinders, those forged studs go in the water jacket. So unless you drain the coolant, you're going to get a surprise when you pull those out. So I just pulled them out real quick and had the new studs ready to thread back in there. And I cleaned the mating surface while I was there before I put the new manifold on. Alright, this is a picture of the manifold installed. It's the same process as this assembly. I cleaned the mating surfaces, put the studs back in there. You can use a stud installer or I just used 2 nuts and tightened it. You don't have to crank these things down. They're really small studs, so don't go too crazy. Alright, at this point, I just let it run for a few hours after I topped the cooling system and check it for leaks. This job wasn't bad at all. Cost me about $200 to do. I believe the dealer's somewhere in the thousands to do this, which, you know, I can see why they charge that, but overall, 3 out of 10. Wasn't too bad, just tedious.